This is the most simple truth in it, which is it's only successful. An advertising campaign, a brand is only successful as long as it reflects the motivations of its audience. You're not going to buy into something that you don't feel represents you, reflects you, has similar values as you. So that's why you hear a lot of kind of branding talk of brands or personalities, et cetera, et cetera. What this means is that advertisers invest a significant amount of money in strategic insights. I work in a strategy department now. And these insights are really, they're just lesser known truths about a particular human being. And the reason these things are prized is because if you can connect to someone on such a personal level, you're more likely to establish a relationship and a loyalty with them. A brand loyalty equals sales, profits, et cetera. So a quick example, they had mentioned I'd worked on Cadillac. When Cadillac came to a company named Fallon I was working for, this was 4 years ago, they had been suffering losses, significant losses. I mean, the American marketplace had essentially went to imports, BMWs, Lexuses, Audis, you name it, and American luxury no longer had any sort of meaning to it. And I asked them, so who is your driver? Who is the Cadillac driver? What's interesting about them? And they kind of spewed off a couple of numbers, a couple of things. 3 of them are, well, you know, they make a little less money. They work in slightly smaller firms. They don't even like organized sports. That's sort of who they are. And I was like, all right, this is kind of useful information. But like, who are they at their core? Like, who are they when you're not comparing them with their BMW next door neighbor guy? Like, who are they on their own? And so we set out and we started talking to these individuals, and we discovered a completely different human being than what you would have gotten otherwise. The first thing is these were people who had an undying belief in the American dream. And so a lot of them were actually blue collar, who had moved up, who had succeeded on their own terms, which of course then meant they worked in smaller establishments because they were generally self-made businessmen. They were entrepreneurs. And then when you think about what it goes to be, like what it goes in the mind of an entrepreneur, it's risk, it's independence. And even the sports they liked were individual sports where they could be their own measuring stick. You know, like they were just so thoroughly independent. So of course, the campaign after that was no longer comparing them nor the cars to the BMW predecessor. Instead, we just kind of appealed to who these people were, named the campaign Red Blooded Luxury. It launched and increased the sales to by 37% over the first year.